TRX, we start with 1 hour chart. Okay, if you refer to our analysis in my last video when the price was exactly within this move, we mentioned we don't have any trade set up and we have to wait to get the correction before we look for trade, because we mentioned if we want to look for trade, let the price drop a bit more, at least retest 0.145 before we look for the trade, simply because as what we can see, because we need to, I mentioned we need to get the confirmation, we cannot jump into the trade. All right, that's why I mentioned we shouldn't buy at this top. Okay, and even when we mention any trade within this move, if we anyone still they keep the trade, they should start to manage it. Okay, now the question is what's the next? Okay, and how deep this one can go, whether we can expect for the deeper correction before we get the next move, or if we get any trade from here, we can look for reversal. By the way, we move to higher time frame. We start with daily chart first. As we can see, based on daily chart, the price broke the previous top, but the question is how high this one can go. Can we expect to get the correction? And one thing I need to point, because we get this sharp move, then the price start to reverse. And similar to what we get here, the next move, price that broke the previous top, price broke the previous top. Then the price reverse start to turn to a corrective move. Can we expect this one to drop and we get the correction here? This is what we need to know. Okay, I don't mean we are going to move for the bigger correction. We need to know about this. If we look, I mean, if we want to take the trade based on lower time frame, we need to have a proper management. Okay, and in this case, we move to forward chart. Based on forward chart, even in my last analysis, we mentioned since this one the price broke the previous top and it started to drop. This one can tend to any correction similar to any of this, or we can look this one as an internal correction. 1, 2, 3, the price broke the previous top. And if we put this one in relative to this, we move to the MACD, we have a divergence. And how about this one? We have a divergence as well. Can we expect this one turn to deeper correction? We get the running flat for next move. For sure, if we get this one, it can give us a good trade rather than continuation from here. Because either from here or higher, we can expect a deeper correction similar to what we had here. Okay, now the question, this is the one is going to be in relative to this, or we can expect the price move a bit higher before we get, then we look for this running flat. Okay, what I want to say is that how deep it can be. Okay, and in this case, we move to 1 hour chart. As what we explained based on forward chart, the possibility of this one being relative to this. Okay, the question is how deep it can be. That's why now if this one is going to be relative to this, that means if this one turns to a correction for one more drop, still we can expect the price to drop to 0.1236. It doesn't mean the price have to drop to this level. We can expect. Even there is a possibility the price reverse drop a bit more before take this one reverse, or even there is a possibility the price break before we get the reversal. Approximately what we can look for. All right, and as we mentioned, if this one tend to move similar to what we have here, we get the running flat. Any reversal can give us better trade setup. But how about if the price reverse from here and this one tend to any move similar to internal correction? Okay, then how we can trade it? Now for this reason, we're looking at this one. We get the sharp move. If we get the flag, right now we don't have it. If we get a flag, either we trade based on 1 hour or lower time frame. If we get any buy setup, we will take the trade. We consider as a short-term trade. Okay, what I mean, the short term, as long as we get into the profit, we start to manage. But right now, we don't have any trade setup. If we get a flag, we can look for trade. What we're looking for, we're looking for the sharp move. But if it turns to a corrective move, we take out the trade. That's why I call it a short-term trade. And if we get any trade from here, reversal from here with a sharp move, with the breakout of this top, we start to manage. Okay, but right now we don't have it. And we want to see whether this one can turn to a correction for one more drop, because this is the best option we can look for. Okay, anyway, either we get any trade from here, we're looking for continuation. If we see it's turn to a corrective, we take out the trade, or we get a correction here for one more drop, because mostly we're looking at the running flat. Okay, and right now we cannot confirm, we have to wait, we see what we get here. Anyway, if we get any trade setup from here with the breakout of this top, the target we're looking for, the first target is 0.72. When the price tag this target, this is where we start to manage. And the second target is 0.19. Okay. By the way, what I need to mention here, we're looking for buy and we're looking for continuation. Whatever the target I put here is in relative to this move for short-term trade, but it doesn't mean the price cannot continue. If anyone is looking for the long-term, the only thing is when the price tag any of this level where they can start to manage. Okay, it doesn't mean they have to take all the profit. It depends what we get when after the price tag any of these targets. Either we get a continuation or correction. Okay, anyway, as I mentioned, for the short-term trade, this is what we can expect. And in this case, we just follow the chart. We want to see what we get here. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.